Thank you for visiting Chicago Cars Direct. This is a 2007 Mercedes-Benz S-Class. It's an S500 4Matic. It is the 9th generation S-Class. Probably one of the best luxury sedans ever built. And one of my favorite S-Classes ever built. I'm excited to do a video. We do a lot of these videos for our customers, excuse me, who might not be right down the street from us. So what I'm going to do is take this high definition camera, walk around the vehicle, turn it on, show you the engine, the interior, everything, and hopefully make you a little more comfortable as to the condition of the vehicle. It's in gorgeous condition, and can't wait to show it to you. I love the S-Class. It's one of the best cars ever built, like I was saying, and this is a really nice example of one. This was Mercedes-Benz when they, after they had the debacle with Chrysler. They were in business with Chrysler for a while. They merged, which for Mercedes-Benz was maybe not the best decision. And this car was the fruition of them getting out of that merger. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can see everything. And kind of taking Mercedes-Benz back and having something to prove. They had to prove that they could overbuild cars again, build incredibly good cars, especially with the S-Class, because the S-Class has always been overbuilt and incredibly engineered, and it's got a reputation. So they wanted to take that reputation back. The 07 S-Class was one of the best engineered cars, still is. They exhaustively went over the car with a fine-tooth comb to make sure it was an incredible S-Class, because again they wanted to prove that they could, the quality had been slipping in the past, and they wanted to prove they could build an incredibly good car again, and they did. So if you ever get a chance to drive the 07 S-Class, it's just absolutely brilliant. Interior execution, exterior styling was great, but the engineering is where it's just phenomenal. And you drive one of these, even if it's got 100, 200,000 miles, it feels like it'll go a million miles if it's been well cared for, which this one has. And it's kind of great to drive something that's almost 10 years old, and it just feels just so great. And the quality is phenomenal. It makes you really appreciate Mercedes-Benz. And I'm not just a fanboy for Mercedes-Benz and everything they do is great. They've made some real stinkers, just like every other car line, but I always root for them though. So I'm just going to zoom into everything, and look how beautiful that is. The paint is gorgeous. Again, this is an 07. Look at that. Look at the condition. It's an 07. It's almost 10 years old. Okay, let's show you the interior of the car, which is just stunning. The way they did the car in 07, the way they designed the car in 07, the interior is absolutely world class, and it still is. It's still nice to look at, and the lighting, the design, the control placement, the fit and finish is just phenomenal. Wonderful. And I like the wood and leather steering wheel. That, if it doesn't have that, it doesn't bring the whole interior together. For some reason, that just really makes the interior look a lot more special. And I can still even smell the leather. I love that smell. When people don't smoke in a car and there's no odors, it smells great. Mercedes, even if they're older, you can still smell the leather, and the oils in the leather. Those are your power seats that are traditionally on the door. That even has the power headrest. Look at this. Isn't that cool? And you can tie that into the memory seats. I love that. That's one of the things that Mercedes-Benz does. Again, they over-engineer their cars. They didn't have to put that on the car. They for sure didn't. They didn't have to put a power headrest that ties into the memory seats. They did it because it's an S-Class, and people expect incredible engineering. And guess what? They did it on the other side too. On the passenger side too. Also, they did not have to put a 3-position memory on both sides. They did 3-position memory for the driver and the passenger. And on this one, since this has the upgraded Premium 2 package, it has heated and cooled seats for the driver and the passenger. Again, this is an 07. Heated and cooled seats for driver and passenger. I don't know, that just kind of floors me a little bit. Okay, so let me get into the car here and I'll show you the passenger seat. And I'll show you the door. Boy, my hand is shaky. Too much coffee. Look at this. In 07, they redesigned the interior and they put a lot of emphasis into lighting effects. So you see the light? This looks great at night. Right now, because it's light in here. But at night, it's so dramatic and beautiful. But they put lights underneath the wood grain. So it really makes you feel like you're driving something special. Now I'm going to start the car. And you can see... Oh, let me turn the volume down. And let me turn the fan down a little bit. There we go. So the car has got something called a TFT screen now. TFT screen is originally, you'd see those on airplanes. But it's a very high resolution screen that mimics the speedometer and the tachometer. But just the speedometer on this point. But it also lets you control your trip, your navigation, your audio, your telephone, and gives you some nice readouts there. And then you've got your standard analog gauges on the left and right sides. And it's got a wonderfully big screen that you can actually tilt the screen right here. If you can look past my fat hands. It's got the Parktronic right here. And this is the height adjustable suspension. It's got an air suspension, which is one of the reasons why the car rides like it's on a cloud incredibly well. And the command system, which you use with this right here, let me back up a little so you can see it, is so easy to use. Incredibly easy to use. And you're using this just like a mouse. And you've got that back button. That's the best thing about it right here. And your volume is right here, so it's really easy to use that. And right here, I'm going to show you this button. This button is credible. That's for the seats adjustment. So I'm going to hit that. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the seat adjustments. That puts down the headrest for the back. I forgot. I misread that. That's the headrest adjustment, so you can put the headrest down so it's easier to see in the back. This is the seat adjustment right here. I had the wrong one. See how different those look? I'll edit that out. Anyway, those are the seat adjustments. But look at that. Those are the lumbar. And you can change the settings on that too. Look at that, isn't that great? I just love the way everything's integrated. But anyway, those are some of the features on the interior. This vehicle does, like I was saying earlier, it's got the Premium 2 package, which has the keyless go. So you just keep the key in your pocket and you can start and stop the car and unlock the door just by touching the door. It's really great. It's got satellite radio, which you saw earlier in the audio screen. Heated and active ventilated seats, and Parktronic. I love Parktronic. I'm going to put it in reverse so you can see it. See that? No. That's Parktronic. Those are the readouts. Now, I'm not close to hitting anything, so it's not going to give us any bars. But the Parktronic is there, and it's also in the rear. Can you see that? So it's always very easy to see how well you're parking. So that's kind of nice. I like the Premium 2 package. It's got the wood and leather steering wheel, which I was showing you earlier. And it's got the electronic trunk closer, which I'm going to show you right now. Let me put the car in park. Park. And while I'm down here, I'm going to open the hood so I can show you that later. So this has the power trunk, which opens very fast. And it's so clean back here. You can see the floor mats. Looks like it's got a, the owner's manuals and books. And this was neat. I found the original brochure from 2007 is here too. It was fun to read. I read it. People in 2007 dressed so funny. Actually, there's just a lot of people in suits in that brochure. It's just everyone's very well dressed. So I'm going to close the electronic trunk closer. That opens and closes very quickly. It's very good. Okay, so now I get to show you the engine, because for 2007, this was a beautiful engine. This is a, hey, I didn't drop the camera opening the hood. This is a 5.5 liter V8. It's 380 horsepower, but listen to this. It's 391 pounds-foot of torque at only 2,800 RPM. That's mated to a 7-speed automatic and the 4Matic all-wheel drive system, which is all of that put together makes an incredibly riding, incredibly smooth shifting vehicle. And this engine is absolutely brilliant. It's naturally aspirated, which is incredible because it develops all that torque at a very low RPM without turbochargers. And it's wonderful to drive something naturally aspirated, especially nowadays. A little less complicated, and you don't have to wait for the power ever. So, and it's 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, roughly, which is incredible for such a big car. And you still get about 22 miles per gallon on the highway, which is, again, wonderful. But I do want to zoom into everything because I want you to see how clean it is. It is just incredibly clean. And a well cared for car. Again, look at how clean everything is. This is an 07. I always tell my clients, I always welcome and encourage independent inspections. If you'd like to have the vehicle inspected, I would recommend it. Absolutely. We had it inspected and serviced, and you should make sure that it's a nice car. It really is. But if you need help with that, let us know, and we're happy to help. We also have the Carfax and the Auto Check report on our website at chicagocarsdirect.com. So you can see both the complimentary reports on this. It's been very, very well serviced. It was well serviced at, where is it, Mercedes-Benz of Willoughby, Ohio, I think it was. And there was one previous owner. Okay, I'm going to close the hood now. Okay, so that's our Mercedes-Benz S550. If you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is 630-889-0911, and happy to answer any questions. My name is Mark, one of the partners here. There's no salespeople, there's no stress or game playing or any of that stuff, so any one of us can help you if you have any questions. Thank you very much for watching the video. Bye-bye.